It's probably the most visionary boulder I've ever set, and I think it's gonna work. It's the perfect mixture of focus and pain.
Hello friends. In today's video I have something special to tell you. I recently was sent some items by the Wide Boyz, the boys who do wide things such as hand jamming and flipperooing. Pete Whittaker sent me this in an attempt to humiliate me online in a cracked duel, an ancient and dangerous ritual.
Definitely will. I'm really psyched about the off-wheel, just trying to get that technique in.
Not that way. Don't do it that way. That's the one thing. If you remember one thing to take away, don't put your palm against your fist.
I, as the dim-witted fool I am, accepted his challenge, only to find out that I have literally no idea how you jam. For instance, how does it even work? How come you can stick onto the wall with no actual holds? And why in God's name does it look so easy when Pete does it? With my tail tucked between my legs, I went back to the man who challenged me to try and find more answers.
There's two ways you can do it. So you can either do it thumbs up, so this way, and then literally hand into the crack. And usually, like with hand jams, you basically want the edge of the crack running across the wrist here. The first thing that you're going to do is move the thumb into the center of the palm. So you like tip of the thumb towards the little finger. And then I sometimes like press down with the thumb as well. So over to the little finger and then down, and then that's going to like harden this bit off. Yeah. And then from that position, then you're doing the fingers across. So if it was a crack like this, you'd be putting hand in, thumb in like this, across the little finger and down.
Yeah.
And then fingers across.
Okay.
That's like a basic hand jam. And then with hand jamming, you can also do it this way around it as well. So thumbs down. With this technique, again, you're doing exactly the same thing. So you're making that L shape. You're putting your hand in, and then you using the thumb and the fingers. But then the important thing with this is you're also actually twisting and using your wrist. So you get the jamming action, but you also get the twisting action.
Okay.
So fist jamming is essentially like you're trying to make expansion across the width here. And basically all that comes down to is just making sure, I always say, is making sure that your index finger, this one, and your little finger, this one, is that you're actually like pushing them into your palm. So it is rigid on the side here. The range of fist jams. So let's say if the fist jam was quite tight, then you'd want to I tend to just drop my fingers in like this and then slide my hand into the crack, and then just the action of like making a fist, you don't need to do any more than that. It's just it will just stick if you just like clench it up.
After this thorough explanation of how to do this seemingly basic task, I headed back to the climbing wall to try my luck again. Alas, I was successful, and my time had come. I knew I needed more cunning if I was to ever successfully beat this Sir Whittaker, and so I decided to look up his equal, Sir Tom Randall. On his page, I discovered crucial material on how they train these cracks, and with this newfound information, I took to planning my next move. I knew I had the skills to set one of these myself, and in its essence, it only required one crack, but if I were to beat these skillful men, I had to take it one step further. And from this, I came up with the idea to set a crack coordination dyno, a dyno from one crack to another crack. So now it's the time to tell the story of a man who, despite suffering ridicule from his own teacher, tried to beat the odds and set something spectacular. This is the story of a crack coordination dyno.
That's all you need to remember.
So this is gonna go well.
Show is on.
The show is on. Day 2. And this time, I'm gonna try to set a crack dyno. we have some cracks up. The idea here is that I made it flared, meaning that it extends at the top. So like if you do the dyno, you can just pull your hand up quite easily. So you're not actually stuck in the jam. But yesterday I was doing the first boulder and I severely injured my skin. So today I will attempt to do another crack glove. See if I can figure it out today. Okay. This actually feels pretty good. So I think the difficulty in this is gonna land in like, because usually when you do a coordination dyno, all you focus on is like getting your feet to land right and getting the, like catching the hand right. But this, the difficult part with this is gonna be like coordinating your arm so you can gain momentum from something that's like static. Like cracks are pretty much always static, I feel like, at least part, like from what I've seen. So before I put the other crack up, I'm just gonna try the first swing and see if it works in any way. I think it has potential. But it is kind of crazy because I have no idea, like it's there. Like you can definitely do something with this. Because you can get the entire swing, like this is possible. But see, because I'm so bad at holding a jam, I can't really do anything to get it straight, which is what you want to do, like when you're doing a coordination dyno. If I was pinching this side, for instance, I would swing out with straight arms and then like curl them in as I go. But with the jam, I can't figure out how to gain momentum and still keep the jam. So like for me, I almost want to do it like this, but this isn't going to be possible. So I have to get the momentum working. I think I'm going to put on climbing shoes and try that a few times. Okay.
Okay.
Attempt number 2.
Damn it.
Okay. So there's something there. I'm going to run and jump once and then catch a crack. To see how that feels, to see where I want to put it, and then work on the starting part. Because I don't want this to be like unreasonable either. So Cordy suggested I pivot it, for instance, so that it's more natural to pull out the hand, and I think I might try that. But first, I'm gonna check where I want to land with a crack, and do a run and jump start to it. Okay, so the jam is up, and I think it's good. Like this is really good. This is actually, wow. So I think if I hit it well, it should stick quite easily. I'm gonna first try to do the run and jump start version. Catch it somehow. We'll see what happens. That was not easy. It's cool because it's this extra element of, because there I had my hands in it and I think I could have stuck it, but I wasn't timing it well enough to like actually do the whole thumb press in thing. So I just had my hands inside the crack but not actually engaged. So I'm gonna recruit and just stand there, understand like how to get the engagement in real quick and see how that feels. I'll try it once or twice more, but I think I'm probably gonna have to do like a fisting thing. Yeah. Oh,
That was close.
closer, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. Ouch.
No, it's fine. It's just painful. That's nice. I'll try it from this, but I think it's gonna be I'm gonna need too much momentum. So realistically, I'm gonna have to like you said before, almost like drive the cracks this way.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, get that swing. Come on.
What is this sorcery? This one is now tweaked to be a cannon or something. Making up new words. It seems like that's what crack climbers do. They make up random words like flipperoo and fiddle waddle and whatnot. But anyways, so we have a rocket cannon here, and that means it's pointing, you know, like a rocket. So I think it's gonna be better to like go from it, get the height, and then pull the hand out now. So I'm gonna try to jump from it and see if it's complete BS or if it actually works.
Whoa, nice!
I got some pretty good momentum there. If I can keep on going and then catch it like so. So I go like this, right? And then go. It's kind of the trick. So I think this might actually work. And then my first crack dyno is finally complete. Okay. I need way more momentum than that. I honestly think this might have been one of the most fun things I've ever done in climbing. Like, this is so freaking enjoyable. I don't know. I mean, it's the first time that I'm like climbing on cracks, really, and doing a dyno of them was even more fun than just that kind of stuff. So this is like the perfect mixture between competition climbing and jam or crack or whatever it's called. You know what, I think I'm gonna pivot it because I'm not gonna be able to get the right hand in as well. I'm not gonna be able to hold it with the left hand. So I'm gonna switch the crack out, maybe put it slightly further up so that I have to go longer, but I don't have to go quite as insecurely. And then it's gonna be like one of these one-arm catches and then the Janja swing. That's the vision. That's the vision. Let's go. Oh, that's it. Oh, satisfying. That's satisfying. So, full line now. It's probably the most visionary boulder I've ever set, and I think it's gonna work. Okay. Oh. Well, now I know it's possible, for sure. That was about as close as I think it can get. Victory jug in the making. It doesn't really make a difference for the boulder, but I just wanted something that feels slightly more satisfying than just jumping off the crack. I'm gonna take that one and be done. It's the perfect mixture of focus and pain. Oh, I hit it too low. That wasn't me actually. I hit it perfectly, but I stood on a part of the box that's coming off. This one is really old. I'm actually pretty much just using it for this purpose of dynoing on it, and it was a small crack that was standing out there, and I hit it and slipped off. You know, so you don't step on it anymore.
Come on! No! It looked at you!
Question for the audience. Is this the kind of thing you want to see in the next World Cup? Let the IFC route setters know in the comments down below.
Sure.
This is the go.
This is the go.
This is the go. For sure. For sure.
Yes! 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 Nice!
Oh, that was so sick. That was so sick. Oh. That was actually, wow, that was so much fun. That was like one of the most satisfying moves I think I've ever done. Just because yesterday when I was trying the crack climbs, like, I was kind of like, this is never gonna be anything that I can use. But at this angle, with dynamic movement and just like forcing when it's not quite as much force on the fingers, when it's more like technique, it was a ton of fun. As a final little bonus, I'm gonna redo the boulder but from another angle.